is being given a torrid time by Yusuf Bunting and co. So we are back underway. Kaizer Chiefs and Platinum Stars appear to be unchanged as they've emerged from the tunnel. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if Duquesne were to shuffle the pack just slightly as they attempt to get their way back into this one. Shopani tries to clip it into the path of Ntsabeleng, who was an injury worry during the first stanza. It was able to recover. The Platinum Stars have been somewhat of draw specialists this season. They've never really been able to just drive on towards that win. That's why they've drawn 6 times. Now here they are. That's lovely skill, and it's an own goal early, and the man who's created it is Majingo with that powerful run down the right hand flank, and a desperate attempt, I believe, from Njabula Blom to keep it out has resulted in the own goal, and Platinum Stars have reduced their arrears here.
Great start from Platinum Stars. I mean, in the second half, this is what you want from the players, their response from the dressing room to bring it to the field, and then getting your goal in what, second minute of the first half, of the second half, and then you've got 2-1, and then now you've got a chance to go and challenge Chiefs.
Well, he goes past Tristan Moses with ease. Was originally being tracked by Mokwena, and he palmed off those duties to Moses, who couldn't adjust himself in time to keep out the cross, and it was a cross from Majingo. No attempt to go for goal there, but when you show that kind of intent and you get lucky, it's fully deserved, really, despite the fact he wasn't going for it. It wasn't intentional. So we saw an early goal in the first half. We've seen another one in the second, and we have 3 goals in this match, and it would be a brave man who would bet against there being no further goals in this encounter. Are you that brave man? You reckon there's going to be more?
Can I not be? I think there will be a lot of goals coming through this game as well. It will be something like a 4-3 game, like in a way, like 5-4, 4-3. That's a kind of a game that we're going to get, but not a draw, definitely.
Oh, we've seen 5-4 when Chiefs were against Ajax Cape Town in a game that we've lost, actually the highest scoring game this season and joint highest scoring game ever in the MDC. In fact, we have seen other games that have produced 9 goals. Maritzburg United against Wits 7-2, the Clever Boys won, and Baroka beating Bloemfontein Celtic 6-3, both of those last season. So other games that have produced 9 goals. Chiefs have been involved in a fair few high-scoring games themselves. Drew 4-4 with Maritzburg United in what was probably the game of the season in Season 2. An untelevised fixture, though.
It's definitely not a good sign ground when you look at Chiefs and what they want to achieve in terms of conceding a lot of goals like they do.
But most certainly the youngest defensive line that we do have in the league. If you just look today, we have 2 18-year-olds as the centre-back pairing, a 17-year-old out on the left-hand flank. And Njabula Blom only just turned 18. He started the season as a 17-year-old, so unequivocally the youngest defensive line that we do have in the competition. So you'd expect them to make mistakes, and it is good that they are learning. I do just wonder, though, whether some of these players, considering their height, will be repurposed as fullbacks later into their career. You have to wonder, really, as good as he is, as excellent as he is, whether Tristan Moses would be able to compete as a centre-back in professional football, or whether perhaps he might need to take up another position. But, of course, Adazwani, I'm sure, has a plan for all of his young players, a long-term plan. It's all about posterity for him. It's not about winning the title and doing well here and now as much as he would like to. It's about getting these boys professional careers and setting them up well to have wonderful long careers at the highest level.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what Arthur wants to achieve in these players.
There's Majingo, creator of Platinum Star's only goal. He goes again! And had he kept that down a little bit, it might have troubled Brylan Peterson.
This is the player that Kaizer Chiefs needs to look after. Majingo is the go-to man in terms of Platinum Stars. We've seen him so many times changing games for them. And if Kaizer Chiefs are not aware, he's going to change this game as well. The senior has done well there as a top striker. I mean, with those three standout defenders of Kaizer Chiefs being substituted at this time, I think the coach also wants more from Platc as well to put more energy in terms of execution and more pressure on the Kaizer Chiefs defense.
Tabang Sisinya, a 25-year-old Botswanan, has been withdrawn. That means there is a place for Platc Sitshwane to come onto the field, the man wearing the number 7 on his back. So he is the first change for Coach Diale, looking to make an impact, and perhaps the game is there for the taking now that they're only 1 goal behind. Squeezed in, Diani, and it's gone out. Mlilo searching for Majingo. Now he's up against Mokwena here. He only has one option. It's the new man in the center, and Brylan Peterson plucks that out of the air. And he gets the attack going here. Shapane. Ngobo. Into space for Diani. Bunting will pounce upon it. Might have been clipped, but chooses to carry on. In Sabaleng. Battling away. Lovely ball in TNT now. Taberi. Now it's the turn of Platinum Stars. Mlilo. Milos appears to have swapped, or at least does swap on occasions, with Tami Gwabeni. Whether or not that's a permanent change, but it looks like he's been deployed in the midfield now. Gwabeni's back in defense. Shapane, wow! Chance again, and it's in the back of the net. The smallest man on the field hits it home, and it is Diani with his 6th goal of the season. And that takes him level with the top scorers in the campaign. Well, there's smiles all around on the bench of Kaizer Chiefs. None from Arthur Zwane yet. This game isn't won. Just
you won't see emotions from Arthur right now. He's going to be charging, telling his troops, no, concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. And Diani, I mean, he's always there. He's always in a mix. That's why he can finish that ball, because he can sniff an opportunity.
It's a terrific effort from Itumeleng Shopane. And crashes off the woodwork. Diani's there, heads it down into the ground. Cleverly done, as I think it gives the goalkeeper less of a chance than had he just tried to loop that in the net, perhaps.
No chance for the keeper there, no chance for the keeper. I mean, that's why now he's injured, because he tried to overstretch himself and tried to save it, but there was no chance for him.
That's a valiant effort from the stopper, and he did get hands on it, and all he did was help it into the net, where it was destined in any case. So the 19-year-old from Cape Town has another one to his name. Last scored against Polokwane City in the festival weekend in Limpopo. And in fact, he has 4 goals in his last 5 games. It's a wonderful return, and more now for Coach Diale to ponder after she had just seen her team cut Kaizer Chiefs lead in half. When you look at the top scorers in the league, You're looking at the likes of Darren Smith, Ditlorison Puyane of Polokwane City, Smith of Supersport United. Smith has been on 6 goals since November. Since being drafted into the first team setup, hasn't played again, so he's given a lot of players an opportunity to catch him. And Justin Jacobus of IS Cape Town, Lucina Traore also of the Urban Warriors, they're both on 6. Sibiniso Kongmo of Golden Arrows is also on 6 goals. I'm wondering whether we'll see him tomorrow. He's been one of the best players for Bafana Bestende, but may feature in their first team today. It will be a big loss for the MDC team coming up against Orlando Pirates in that critical game. But now the Golden Boot race is wide open. As Yusuf Bunting, he has 4, and perhaps he wants to raise his hand and get another here. Maybe a few more against Amazulu in their last game of the season, and he could be in the reckoning. He slipped through. Bunting. Now, was it a shove? Not according to the referee.
I like the referee. I like the referee there. I didn't see anything. That's what you need. Defenders need to be strong in the box. Shoulder. Shoulder, not hands. That's what you want in the box.
Well, there's plenty of players also on 5 goals in the league. Mohamed Mokate of Maritzburg United. He also hasn't scored since way back in November, as he's become a bona fide first teamer since then. Tikgang Ngobo of Polokwane City, Kaletso Makhawa, Nel Mahema of Bloemfontein Celtic, Yusuf Yapi also of Arrows, all in amongst it. Jason Abrahams, we'll see him in action tomorrow for Free State Stars. Has himself 5 goals, as well as 4-goal hero against Bloemfontein Celtic, Menzi Ndwandwe. So one of the most exciting Golden Boost races we've seen in the MDC. As the homeboy comes onto the field for the goal scorer, Happy Mashiani replaces Asanda Diani. What a moment for him, playing in front of his local fans.
Dinyego is an exciting player, Grant. You know how he can move going forward in his left flank, and expecting a lot from him. That's what Arthur would send him in now, to go and take over the attack of Kaizer Chiefs.
That's a lovely move. Not kept alive by Siswane. The Kaizer Chiefs are full of goals. In fact, only the top 2 this season have scored more than Chiefs, which is really remarkable. Here's Bunting, still looking for that hat-trick. He has a lot to do, though. Bunting tries to go between the goalkeeper's legs. Wasn't the worst idea.
Great goalkeeping there from Chibwe. I mean, sometimes those balls, they go through the legs of the keepers. I mean, he in time, and then he closed the legs, and that's great goalkeeping.
Also, to Kaizer Chiefs' credit, they've only failed to score in 1 game this season, so 14 played. We're in the middle of the 14th game, and only in the 1-0 loss to Baroque FC, where Collins Makaka got the lone goal in that one. It's the only game in which they have failed to find the back of the net. Very impressive, and they do concede a lot, but it's part and parcel of their very dynamic attacking play, and they are highly entertaining.
Very, very impressive as well. I mean, you just said it, Grant, but when you are becoming that aggressive in terms of attack, you are exposing yourself in terms of defense as well. So, yes, you were saying in the earlier ones that these guys are still young. I mean, they're going to learn from this, and going forward, they can make sure that clean sheets, it's what wins with the leagues and all these important points that you collect if it's 0-0 in Platc.
The Kaizer Chiefs have gone after wins this season. They've chased victory, which hasn't always been the case in the seasons prior, where perhaps they've had better league finishes, although they might still finish rather high in this campaign. They did finish 4th last season, but there was sometimes a reluctance to go for that victory. The same is true of season 2. Yes, Chopane once again. And indicative of that would be the amount of times that they used to draw. They drew 4 times last season and 7 times in season 2. Only once this season. In fact, 7 times is the league record for the MDC. AmaZulu, in fact, equaling that this season. They've already drawn 7 on 7 occasions.
I mean, I've been impressed with Kaizer Chiefs as well this season, because especially this 2018, they've been doing so well in terms of attacking. Hence, the goals that they score and what they concede is because of the structure that they have, that they're going forward. Look at now, they are taking with 2 defenders only in the box.
Trying to get a ball in there. Oval. Attempting to free the man on the right-hand side. Mokoena will chase this one back. An hour has elapsed in this game, and Kaizer Chiefs still have their 2-goal cushion that they had coming out of the break, that they have conceded. Also went on to score themselves. Tsabeleng now.
Oh, that's a rough tackle there. Just there, it means like you just want to make a point and say that, hey, I'm here, Banti, I'm here. It's too late. Scored 2 goals, you think?
Yeah, that's the tackle he should have put in early, but unfortunately Bunting had flown past everyone and scored inside the first minute. I think it's just a little bit of frustration becoming evident from Platinum Stars as well. The game, however, is not out of reach just yet. However, they have never managed to score more than 2 goals in one game, and they've only done that on one occasion when they lost 4-2 to Free State Stars. In every other occasion, or rather Maritzburg United, they drew 2-2 with them. So in those 2 games, managed to get 2 goals. That's the most they've ever scored in any one game. Bunting now. Tiberi gave Chopane a lot to do, but he's a willing runner. Now Chopane, can he get it across? He's looking for Bunting. Wonder if they had a word in the change room, maybe just a private word, just to say, come on, I really want this hat-trick.
Yeah, probably, you know, teammates, that's what they do. They support you. They know what they want to achieve, and they know your personal goals as well, but for the team.
That's a great point. I was going to say they are aware of how much it would mean to Yusuf Bunting, who's had his injury problems in the past. Last season spent a huge spell out. In fact, this season spent 3 months out with a broken arm, so he's in the wars quite often. Speaking of being in the wars, there is quite a heavy challenge from Gift Maswangai, and he gets a yellow card for it. Rightfully so. 20-year-old is booked.
It's the sub we're talking about in the halftime. I mean, Kamugelo there, Pitlo coming in. He's one player as well that needs to change the game for Platinum Stars. He needs to make an impact for Platinum Stars.
You just saw him run into your picture. There's Moses. Wow. Great effort. Fantastic effort from Moses. He gave us a hint in the first half with a free kick that went over the bar.
Yes, he did. I mean, you need to applaud the keeper as well there. That was a beautiful free kick, and then the keeper using the right hand, which is the best hand in terms of height.
Ball in, and Moses again.
He's knocking on that door. He's knocking on the door. He says, I want this goal. He's got so many attempts as a defender. That's what you want. You want your defenders as well to make impact when they go forward.
He does have a goal already this season. scored in his very first game, and this is his debut season, so debut goal, in fact, against Golden Arrows in the game that they won, they lost rather 3-2, and a tremendous goal, actually, a looping header that went right in the top corner. That would have been quite a different header, and a power it past the goalkeeper. It's a good ball in. Could have caused problems, but always difficult for Mojengo to direct anything in on goal. So they've made their second sub, and the man to have come off was Spamandle Mlilo, who had shifted into the midfield, so replaced now by the 24-year-old Pitlo. Headed away. Still alive here, Makanya. Chopane. Doing a great defensive shift in that new role for him.
He has done well for me. I mean, Chopane there has been great on the right flank of Kaizer Chiefs.
An under-20 international, but as a striker. But seeing him today, it's not... Sure, it's not the most polished performance. It is a new role, but I can see this young lad stepping up in this position.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he's done his duty. Defense, attacking.
Ball in and caught on the volley by Tami Gwabeni, looking to get his 5th of the season. Just got his direction slightly wrong. It's difficult to execute on the volley, though.
Tami will be disappointed about that shot. I mean, he had an opportunity to just side foot the ball because it's in front of the goals. The keeper can't see the ball coming through. Use the opportunity. Side foot the ball into the net. Don't smash it. He wanted to smash it.
Yeah. If it's on target, though, it's the kind of shot that gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance.
Yeah, we've seen it do out against Ajax Cape Town as well.
Well, they haven't given up the ghost yet. Asungai clipped into his man, who was in an offside position. It's according to Clifford Motong, who, other than being an assistant referee, is also an entrepreneur. Actually has a degree in business management. Marciani trying to find the return ball. Lovely switch by Bunting. He's given Chopani a chance here. Well, Bunting displaying that he's not just a finisher. There's a delightful ball out wide. He just switched the direction of the play. And Kaizer Chiefs were quick to penetrate from that right-hand side. You would have seen after the first half, 60% of all of their attacks did come from that position. Brought down here by Kidleko Kono. Not the best from Blom. He's given Platinum Stars an opportunity here. Well, whatever legacy she leaves in the game, she'll be remembered as a trailblazer. It's been tough going for her in a male-dominated industry, especially in coaching. But she's done a good job of creating a team that are not afraid, a fearless team. Doesn't always go their way, but they are quite a pleasure to watch.
Yes, Grant, she's done well. She's done well for what she has done in the game, and she's still contributing into the game.
And she certainly deserved her shot, had paid her dues as an assistant coach in season 2, where Platinum Stars did reasonably well with a very, very young side. They finished 12th in that campaign.
Yeah, myself being at, let's say I was at Platc Stars and I'm one of the director, I would keep him. I would keep her because of the continuity of the club itself. You want progress, you want something that's gonna, and she's showing signs of growth. She's showing signs of what she can do in terms of football for Platc Stars, for the country itself.
Osangai as the pragmatic route back to defense, couldn't spot an option. Here's Tiberi now, after Kaizer Chiefs had cut the ball out. Itumeleng Shapane is on the charge upfield, but Mashiane has just hesitated a moment too long. He hasn't Tia. Hasn't Chabeleng on his outside, but might look to switch the ball. Doesn't. Plays in Chabeleng. Still he goes on. More ball. He can have a pop from this kind of range, but it's on his weaker foot. Mashiane. Well, Platinum Stars have never beaten Kaizer Chiefs in the MDC, so it does look like that trend will continue. In the 2015-16 campaign, it was Chiefs who triumphed 2-0, and Desiwe Mtsila and Emmanuel Tlotlo, who was the top goal scorer that season, getting the goals that time around. And the 16-17 campaign, it was Kaizer Chiefs who triumphed 5-2 at the Dobsonville Stadium. Pokomalo, Spilele Mtembu getting a brace, Wiseman Mayiwa and Mobile managing goals there. The goals for Platinum Stars came courtesy of Gift Links and Bongi and Tuli. Kumalo rather now out at Mtata Bucks in the National First Division. They sent a number of players out on loan, and a lot of them come back better for it. As in Chabeleng, still he goes on. Well, still he fights for it. Mobo, Shapane is had a tremendous game. Mashiane skips it and fires it just over.
Great football, great football. That's what you want to see as well. Happy there, happy seeing that there's a player, Kaizer Chief player, and then he lets the ball run and then he takes a shot.
That's a good clean strike. It's just a little bit too high. Kaizer Chiefs are making a switch. Itumeleng Shapane, I feel, has done really well in this new role. He'll be replaced by Aiden Slava, who's more accustomed to playing in the defense. So Slava has played varsity football, in fact, for UJ. That's the man to come on. And a third and final change now for Platinum Stars, as Masangai is the man to come off, and Tikome is the man to take his place on the park. So they're going for broke here, adding an extra attacker to the equation. There's Slava trying to get an early touch. Precious man on the field for Kaizer Chiefs, so they'll look to utilize him. Well, Kaizer Chiefs only forced their way into the top 8 in the last round of fixtures when they beat Free State Stars by 4-2, and they've improved their position, well, potentially, if they can hold out for the remaining quarter of an hour or so, to 6th, although SuperSport United do still have a game to play. They'll be contesting that against Polokwane City, although it is postponed, of course, because of the untimely death of Mochao Chetla, and we do send our condolences to the club. So SuperSport United, in fact, this weekend will not have an opportunity to take their place back above Kaizer Chiefs. They will keep hold of that position. Slava getting himself into a little bit of trouble since coming on. Two subs battling away, Siswane against Slava. Well, the game would have a very different complexion were they able to get something from this. They do put it in! Should have been number 2. I can't stress that enough. Tami Gwabeni should have put that away. Tabo?
That's the second opportunity for Tami Gwabeni there. He has been in that position, side footing last time, and he smashed it. Now, instead of directing it straight to the net, he missed his header.
Well,
I mean, he puts himself in opportunities like that, so it's good.
Excuse me, they have another corner now. So last was from a free kick, but they are dangerous from these set pieces. And if you were afforded another opportunity, you've got to back him this time to put it away. Ball is in. Gwabeni puts it back into a dangerous area, trying to play the ball whilst on the ground. There's Mokwena, and it comes off him. Taberi can't keep it out. It's corner, take 2 in quick succession here. So Platinum Stars putting the pressure on. They perhaps sense that they could get something from this were they to get a goal now, and they would have just under 15 minutes or so plus additional time to try and find a third. Very, very vocal is Tristan Moses. Now Mobile can't get rid of it, and it will be kept alive here by Platinum Stars. They're going to come back at Kaizer Chiefs. Free kick. So the big men are in the box. It's clever, and Makanya misses the target. Well, the 20-year-old has been bright in patches, but I think he would have been better served to just drive that across the box. Maybe hope for another own goal. Perhaps a touch from one of his teammates could have diverted into the back of the net.
Yeah, no, definitely with the numbers in the box as well. That could have given them an opportunity for Kaizer Chiefs defense to be confused with the numbers that Platinum Stars have pushed to the box.
Tabeleng, the lovely ball into space for Slava. So Kaizer Chiefs, when the ball goes dead once again, are going to make their final change. In fact, the referee has called a halt to the play, didn't want that throw in to be taken. So does give an opportunity for Reamoeto Lekwatso, was the only change this time around, and he takes the place of 2-goal hero Yusuf Bunting. Wonderful performance from Bunting, who applauds the fans, who in turn applaud him. There have been times in the past where the fans have got on the back of Yusuf Bunting when he's been attempting to shake off the rust after long layoffs, and I think it's nice to see them applauding his efforts here. Majingo has a fly. Wow! Wow, what a goal! And now it's game on. Platinum Stars pull one back, and it is the man who's been inarguably their best player today, Zembelani Majingo.
I've been saying, Grant, that they need to give him the ball. When he's got the ball in the box, it's been a pain in terms of the Chiefs' defense. And he's shown now with that execution of that shot, no chance for Peterson.
Well, he created there first when he drove a ball across the face of goal and forced the own goal. But this is far more impressive. That is an absolute stunner, a screamer.
Beautiful to see, especially at this level. Beautiful to see. This is what you want as well.
10 minutes left to play. 10 minutes for Platinum Stars to try and get something from this one. And judging from their improved second half display, they may very well get something. Here's an opportunity. Slip through. Majingo is not going to be able to reel this one in. Kaizer Chiefs replied almost instantly when they lost their 2-goal cushion. Will they again? And when Chiefs play, there's never a dull game. Just looking at some of the results they've produced this season, they've lost 3-2 to Mamelodi Sundowns, lost 5-4 to Ajax Cape Town. They won 3-2 against Free State Stars, currently leading 3-2 here against Platinum Stars, and they are locked in battle, which will continue for another 10 minutes. Also lost 3-2 to Golden Arrows, so they know how to produce entertainment, even if it doesn't go all their way.
I think they also won 3-2 against SuperSport United when they had that last penalty kick.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's another 3-2 game. I was losing count of them. It's quite incredible, really. Mashiani. Nicely done. Now Chabaleng fakes it one way, and there's the ball taken from him. Mashiani, the misplaced pass. Driving forward. The opportunity here, but a little wasteful. So Peterson now taking as long as he possibly can. There was really nothing Peterson could do about that last goal that just flew in. He was helpless to stop it. I don't think anyone in the world could have stopped that.
Even Buffon couldn't stop that, you know. Looking at the Champions League, the way the Tottenham guys killed him, Eriksen, I don't think that he could have stopped that.
So a chance with the TNT down for Kaizer Chiefs to just let a few more seconds slip away.
Pains of the game, Grant. That's what you get at this time of the game. Tired legs, lazy.
Yes, and TNT here. Makanya, attempted clearance. Mashiani. Tiberi. Back with the Timbisa-born Mashiani, but now they've lost out. And Platinum Stars are going route one. Here's Majingo. And Peterson beats him to it. Peterson scurries about a third of the way upfield to get rid of that one.
I thought he was going to do a kick-ana there and shoot it straight to the goals. Good to see a keeper being a sweeper. This is the modern football right now.
Good job from Peterson. Peter Maritzburg-born shot stopper. So, of course, only one more game to go for both of these teams after the conclusion of this weekend's games. Interesting ones as well. Next fixture for Platinum Stars, they'll come up against Polokwane City. They managed to beat them last season quite comfortably, actually. 4-1. Kodisang, Kabomelo Kodisang is now at Wits, getting a brace, as well as Tupani Kunene also on the double in that one. And it was one of actually only 4 wins that they managed last season. They ended with 14 points eventually. So were Platinum Stars able to win both of their remaining games? Of course, they don't have much time to win this one. They would be able to do better than they did last season points-wise. It doesn't quite seem likely. Slava. Not a bad attempt to try and play it first time for Lakwatsa. So Kaizer Chiefs, they'll have their next game up against AmaZulu. They've never met before. Back in season 1, they were in different groups. Kaizer Chiefs in Group A, AmaZulu in Group B. But they have never met before. AmaZulu actually played against 9 teams, or will play against 9 teams for the first time this season. Against Maritzburg United today was the 8th team that they've never met before. Due to a fact, of course, with season 1 having been in 2 separate groups. So Kaizer Chiefs will be the 9th team they're meeting this season for the very first time. So no history for us to go on. History, though, in this game, head-to-head, says Kaizer Chiefs have never lost. In fact, they've won both their games against Platinum Stars. They'll like to keep that trend alive. And must say, they're looking quite bright now. I spoke about Platinum Stars' inability to get anything more from those number of draws that they've had this season. 6. Only AmaZulu have drawn more times so far, and only the 1 win. No other team has lost 2, more than 2 against each other. Majingo has looked tremendous in the second half.
He's been the thorn at Kaizer Chiefs' defense, and it's good to see him taking charge, and that's what Platinum Stars are missing, giving him the ball a lot. They need to put him on the ball if they were to change this game right now.
Chabeling, Novo. His loose touch almost put him under pressure. Here's Mokoena. It's Lakwatsa, now to Berry. Now still given to Berry. What can he do with this one? Slips Lakwatsa through. Lakwatsa ties it up. And Kaizer Chiefs have their 4th. And the game is safe now.
Grant, with 2 minutes to go, can I say game, set, match? That's what Kaizer Chiefs have done. They've caught Platinum Stars on the counter-attack, which was beautiful as well. The finish was so beautiful.
Remohetswe Lakwatsa comes off the bench to grab his 5th of the season. Now a little shake of the head from Coach Diale. I think that she really felt that they could have got something from this, and it's dawning on her that they are going to suffer yet another defeat.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you see that finish there, it was beautiful. And when you come from the bench, this is what you want from players coming from the bench as well. If you look at how Likwatsa there finishing, that's what you need. A player that's going to come and change the game. And great substitution as well from Arthur.
Bunting attempted to go through Chibue's legs earlier on in the half, wasn't able to. Lekwatsa, well, he has done so. There's a very, very tidy finish. They're given to Bedu, who's got 3 goals so far this season. It would have been quite a tough ask for him to actually score from where he was positioned. In turn, decided to play it through to Lekwatsa, and he made no mistake. Well, he's in the reckoning as well. If he could get a few against AmaZulu, now on 5 goals, he too could be in line for the Golden Boot. There are still plenty of games to go though tomorrow. Only 2 today, both televised games. Amazulu losing to Maritzburg United, and this game that we're currently in the midst of, or at the very end of. We do have Bidvest Wits up against Ajax Cape Town at Stark Park tomorrow. Free State Stars will take on Mamelodi Sundowns. That's right here at 10 o'clock at the Makolong Stadium. Cape Town City playing host to Bloemfontein Celtic at 10 o'clock. And that has huge implications for the destination of the title. Bloemfontein Celtic absolutely cannot afford to lose that one, but you would back them to win against the Cape Town City team, who have been very poor so far this season. Only have 2 wins. One was against Kaizer Chiefs, who are turning on the style here, and the other against an 8-man Polokwane City. Yusuf Bunting loves it. And why shouldn't he? He loves what his teammates are producing. He loves what he's been able to produce today. I think he'll be very happy with the shift he's put in. Perhaps disappointed not to have got his hat-trick. There's always next week. Big switch. Ntia. Tibedi now. Tibedi turns it on again. Into the final, I've never seen that one before, into the final 3 minutes. And they are the additional minutes that have been tacked on by Cedric Mavoali. Well, the fans are more engaged than they've been this entire game. Perhaps they can pull one back. They can't. Peterson Faulty was fouled. He was trying to get in on the act there with a little bit of skill. And he does apologize there. I think perhaps trying to suggest that he wasn't getting in on the skills. Didn't want to be part of the highlights at the end. Well, they can afford to do so. I just have to wonder what Arthur Zwane will make of all of this at the very end of the game. Lekwatsa. Well, insult has been added to injury here for Platinum Stars. They're going to lose this game, one that they could have perhaps been able to salvage something from, and the humiliation of those skills that have been used against them now in these final moments. Nice take. Showing good strength there. How's Tibedi? And he hasn't even done anything, but a cry goes up from the crowd expectantly. Or perhaps trying to G him on to give them something. Yeah, perhaps he will, and he does. He obliges. He's not going to get the foul though. The referee judges that to have been a clean tackle. Now an opportunity. What a good goal that would have been had Katlego Kano, who's been largely anonymous in this game, have been able to convert that. That's Tibedi again. And the referee brings an end to Platinum Stars' misery here. They have been tormented by Kaizer Chiefs, although they were in with a shout at certain points in this game. Arthur Zwane guides his side to yet another victory. It's their 3rd on the trot. They have won 6 times in their last 7 games. It's a really unbelievable run from a Kaizer Chiefs side that had lost 5 times inside their first 6 games. And for Platinum Stars, well, their woes continue. Unable to get anything from this. They still only have that single victory this season, and it was always going to be a tough ask against the most informed side in the league. Coach Diale, well, she came out with a plan in the second half, and it looked like perhaps her side could execute it to perfection and come away with something it was not to be for them. So Kaizer Chiefs, after having gone up in the first half by 2 goals from Yusuf Bunting, found themselves under a little bit of pressure due to the magic of Timbulani Majingo of Platinum Stars. But in the end, they tied the game up. A wonderful finishing goal from Lekwatsa. Kaizer